Pete Hegseth, confirmed as Secretary of Defense in early 2025 under President Donald Trump's second term, delivered a significant speech on March 5, 2026, at the America's Counter-Cartel Conference in Doral, Florida. This event brought together defense leaders from Latin American countries to discuss strategies against drug cartels and broader hemispheric security threats. Hegseth used the platform to outline a new U.S. vision for regional cooperation, emphasizing shared Western values and a unified front against external adversaries. His remarks included a striking reference to a strategic map redrawn by Trump, which has sparked widespread discussion and concern over potential implications for international relations. In his address, Hegseth stated clearly, "That is why President Trump has drawn a new strategic map from Greenland to the Gulf of America to the Panama Canal and its surrounding countries. At the Department of War, we call this strategic map the Greater North America. Why? Because every sovereign nation and territory north of the equator from Greenland to Ecuador and from Alaska to Guyana is not part of the global South. It is our immediate security perimeter in this great neighborhood that we all live in." This description positions the entire Western Hemisphere north of the equator as a collective security zone under U.S. leadership. The Gulf of America refers to Trump's proposal to rename the Gulf of Mexico, announced in late 2024 as part of efforts to assert American identity over shared geographic features. Hegseth explained this map as a response to threats from non-Western powers attempting to create a new global South that excludes the U.S., including influences from adversaries who might control key infrastructure like ports or the Panama Canal. The speech focused on urging Latin American allies to adopt a more aggressive military stance against drug cartels, moving beyond traditional law enforcement. Hegseth highlighted progress in U.S. border security, with migrant crossings at historic lows and nationwide murders down over 20%, attributing these to Trump's policies. He stressed unity based on Western civilization, Christian heritage, and constitutional principles, rejecting ideas like diversity is our strength as ineffective for military purposes. Instead, he called for shared purpose in training, oaths, and uniforms to defend the hemisphere. Hegseth warned that adversaries seek to displace historic North-South relationships, and he positioned the U.S. as a partner expecting reciprocal investment in security from all nations involved. This vision revives elements of the 1823 Monroe Doctrine, which declared the Western Hemisphere off-limits to European colonization, now rebranded by critics as the Monroe Doctrine to reflect Trump's influence. Historically, the Monroe Doctrine justified U.S. interventions in Latin America, such as the 1903 support for Panama's independence from Colombia to build the Panama Canal. The 1977 Carter-Torrijos Treaty transferred canal control to Panama, but Trump's administration has expressed interest in reclaiming it for U.S. economic security. Similarly, Trump has repeatedly advocated acquiring Greenland, citing strategic interests in Arctic resources like rare earth minerals amid climate change, opening new shipping routes. In 2019, he first floated buying it from Denmark, and in 2024, he reiterated that the ownership and control of Greenland is an absolute necessity. Greenland's Prime Minister Mute Burup Ejed responded firmly, "Greenland is ours. We are not for sale, and we will never be for sale. We must not lose our long fight for freedom." This echoes Denmark's consistent rejection of such proposals, viewing Greenland as an autonomous territory integral to its kingdom. Canada faces similar concerns, with the map potentially challenging its Arctic sovereignty and independent foreign policy, including indigenous rights and decolonization efforts. Trump has joked about making Canada the 51st state, though no formal actions have followed. In Latin America, the speech has raised alarms over potential U.S. unilateralism. Analysts suggest countries could invoke the 1947 Rio Treaty or Inter-American Treaty of Reciprocal Assistance to counter perceived threats. This pact prohibits the use of force in the hemisphere and includes Greenland in its geographic scope due to Arctic boundaries. Article 6 allows for consultations on situations endangering peace, potentially leading to diplomatic challenges against U.S. actions. While some right-wing governments in the region might align with the U.S., others see this as a risk to sovereignty, drawing parallels to past interventions. Congressional scrutiny predates the speech. During Hegseth's January 14, 2025, confirmation hearing, Senator Mazie Hierney from Hawaii pressed him on whether he would follow orders to invade Greenland or seize the Panama Canal. Hegseth replied, "One of the things that President Trump is so good at is never strategically tipping his hand, so I would never in this public forum give one way or another." Hierney interpreted this as openness to such actions, highlighting concerns over military adventurism. No bills to remove Trump have advanced. Impeachment requires House initiation and Senate conviction, with Republicans holding majorities in both chambers since 2024 elections. Public reactions vary, with some viewing the map as a security framework against cartels and rivals like China or Russia, while others see it as expansionist rhetoric distracting from domestic issues like cabinet confirmations. The Greater North America concept ties into broader U.S. policy shifts, including the 2026 National Defense Strategy, identifying Panama and Greenland as key for homeland defense. It reflects competition for Arctic resources and efforts to secure trade routes amid global tensions, such as the ongoing U.S.-Iran conflict. Critics argue it risks alienating allies and escalating conflicts, while supporters frame it as necessary for prosperity and security. As of March 8, 2026, no invasions or annexations have occurred, but diplomatic tensions persist. This development underscores ongoing debates over U.S. role in the world, balancing leadership with respect for sovereignty. Please feel free to follow, subscribe, comment, like, and share. This helps you to stay connected to me, and it helps me to remain here creating more content for you. Thank you, love always, Maria D.C. Santiago.